Hello, Bill. Another beautiful day. Yeah. Hope your 5 senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. What? I went to KFC and got me a 16 piece bucket of chicken. The cook they gave me an extra bucket. I'm sitting there trying to figure out here what I'm gonna do with all that chicken. Anyway, I'm sitting here up on our Pharonics, and the Steam Deck is just getting updates, HDR. Yeah, and I'm gonna leave a link for the Hacker Fest that's coming up, and I'm gonna leave another what's this what's the other one here? There's another link here that I need to get to. Okay, that's HDR color management. And HDR color management, it's pretty long. Oh yeah. Oh, and by the way, Star Citizen Alpha 3.23 update adds wildlife, new character creator, DLSS, FSR, and much more. Yeah, you Steam Deck fans are good. Sitting here reading this, looking at this like this handheld is just getting updates. HDR, yeah. What can you say? Yeah. Anyway, listen to this. It says here, KDE is making good progress on HDR, better game scope integration. KDE developer Xavier Hugs has written a third blog post outlining some of the latest HDR and color management improvement that have been readied for KDE Win Compositor, as well as ongoing improvements to Valve GameScope Compositor. And it says one of the existing items in Plasma 6.0 around HDR is an option to choose the SDR brightness from within the display settings when connected to an HDR display. With Plasma 6.1, the brightness slider is more robust and similar to that of adjusting the brightness on laptops and other display. And it says here, Plasma 6.1 also now supports using color information from the display extended display identification data EDID as the monitor or color profile. Over on Valve GameScope Compositor, there's a new back end that allow using Wayland subsurface to forward content to the most compositor rather than GameScope. Doing all the compositing with the latest GameScope code, it can pass HDR content directly to KWin. This new GameScope backend is also more efficient in terms of reducing image copies. Currently, the recommendation for those wanting to experiment with high dynamic range HDR display for Linux gaming is to be using AMD Radeon graphics with Linux 6.8 kernel or newer. More detail on the latest KWin HDR progress via Xavier blog, happening next week at the Igalea office in Spain, is another display of next Hack Fest, where more HDR topics will be taken up by developers along with Wayland enhancements around color management, VRR frame timing, content adaptive scaling, and sharpening and related topics. More details on the next display Hackfest via the Igalea page events. Yeah, you Steam Deck fans are covered. News, deals, games, updates. Yeah. Now we got 10 comments. Let's see what these people whine and complain about. yeah, ever since Valve came out with the Steam Deck, man, it's been updates like this, non-stop. Anyway, see what everybody's complaining about here. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Whoops. Uh, Petra said this. It says the blog containing an explanation of why HDR is blacklisted on Intel drivers, and then it says the Intel driver claims support both properties for HDR laptop display, but the implementation is missing entirely. This is being worked on. But then he says, however, for external display ports display, it actually works on hardware as old as Haswell desktop chipset if enabled through an environment variable. Can this ban be before relaxed so that it's only applied to laptop displays? Okay? And then what was this? See if I can close this here. And then Vista said this. With DP, it doesn't even work for me on AMD, so I think it works well on Intel So I don't think it works well on Intel either, given that AMD is basically the holy grail of false land. And then he came back, and then Petra said this again. Writing this from a Haswell desktop, you can clearly see that the sun in MPV Windows is brighter than the whiter background of Phoronix. No, it does need K-Win DRM allow Intel color space, and that's it. Then Slag said this. DP from a laptop or a desktop with AMD GPU. And it says the RX 6000 on Fedora 40, and then in parentheses it says so Plasma 6.0.4 plus Linux 6.8 close parentheses, and DisplayPort works well with HDR. Granted, GameScope has a middleman, is not perfect, so the next time I check the progress is when it's not necessarily to run it. Then this said this again, desktop with AMD APU Ryzen 9 5900 HX. Then another comment was like, okay, that's really odd, considering Intel are the ones who have historically been pushing graphic stacks. And what's this? Burr said this. Better set env vars config / environment dot instead, unless it should be really be set to global. Then Third said this. When I tried HDR with NVIDIA, deep color made it produce washed out colors and overexposed whites. I hope this can be improved. I don't know where to blame. I don't know where the blame falls. It's a work in progress. That's all I can say. And another comment here says, better set vars in config / environment instead. Useless. It should really be global. And one more person said here, when I tried HDR with NVIDIA, deep color made it produce whitewash colors. Oh no, that's the same one. And that is that. Oh, wait a minute. It says, unless you have a reason or not to set globally, there's no need to put them in etc. environments. Well, HDR will always need some work. You know, it's a work in progress, you know. As games get more in depth with colors and detail, you know, HDR will always need improvement, you know. But this is just showing you how much work, how much progress has been made ever since Valve came out with that Steam Deck, man. HDR been a been a huge topic ever since, you know. So the Steam Deck LCD, the OLED, they're benefiting from this. So is Linux gaming as a whole, you know. So yeah, and AMD, you know, yeah. And then you throw FSR into the mix, and then you throw what's that? FSR and ray tracing and fluid motion. Yeah, the Steam Deck is a force to be reckoned with, man. That's for sure. That little handheld packs a punch, man. Yeah. HDR, SDR, and VRR. Yeah. Always getting updates, man. So yeah. I think they're working on Linux 6. What's that, 9 or 10 kernel? So that should come in handy later on down the road. KDE always getting updates. Plasma always getting updates. So yeah, another chapter in the life of the Steam Deck. More updates. Anyway, I'm gonna leave both links though in the description box. Both of them. I'm gonna leave both links for the Hackfest and for both for the other 2 articles. And you can nitpick from there. So yeah, Steam Deck moves along. Linux gaming move along, that is. Yeah. Plasma 6.1, 6.0. Yeah, yeah, they're always updating something with the Steam Deck. Always. And even desktop Linux or laptop. They're always up. You know, even Nvidia now is trying to imitate AMD. You know? they want a piece of that action, if you get the point. Anyway, what else? Wayland always getting updates. GameScope. Another chapter in the life of Linux gaming, man. They came out. We couldn't find a game the Steam Deck couldn't run. It's been updates non-stop. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy though. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, those Star Wars and Star Trek fan. Or Dark Side. Go. Peace.